West Palm Beach police say a woman and her estranged boyfriend have both died after a shooting last night. That shooting happened inside a home on 13th Street and North Mangonia in West Palm Beach.
Imagine connecting with friends, sharing a meal, finding comfort in their distant presence on a screen, a routine moment of peace in your own home. Now, imagine that moment shattering in an instant. West Palm Beach, Florida, March 6, 2023. This isn't just a date on a calendar, it's the day a promising young life, vibrant and full of dreams, was brutally extinguished. Her name was Kelvie McRae, just 18 years old, already a force of nature, pursuing modeling, crafting music, styling hair, an athlete with a remarkable flair for simply living. Those who knew her saw boundless potential. But Kelvie's world held a hidden darkness, a relationship she had tried to leave behind, and that night, the danger she thought she had escaped walked right back into her life. It makes you wonder, how could a bright, ambitious young woman, simply having dinner, find her final moments turn into a live nightmare witnessed by friends on a video call? This story isn't just about a single act of violence, it's about the unseen currents beneath the surface of relationships, the desperate attempts to regain control, and the horrifying consequences when help doesn't arrive in time. Her friends weren't just hearing a struggle, they were watching it unfold, live, hundreds of miles away, helpless witnesses to the unimaginable. How did their screens become windows to a murder? Stay with us, because understanding how this tragedy happened, and how to recognize the signs, might be the most important lesson we can learn. If you believe stories like this need to be told to help others, take a moment to drop a comment that might be of help to those who see them. Welcome to Whistles of True Crime, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most chilling true crime tales. If you crave real-life crime stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat, you are in the right place. Kindly subscribe to this channel now, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. This tragedy unfolded in West Palm Beach, Florida, a city known for its lively downtown, beautiful waterfront, and vibrant atmosphere, yet, like many urban centers, it also grapples with the challenges of crime and violence. Data indicates that while overall crime varies, areas within the city experience rates higher than national averages, and gun violence, specifically, remains a serious concern, impacting lives and safety in the community. This is the setting where Kelvie McRae lived, and where her story reached its heartbreaking end. Kelvie McRae was more than just a name. She was a presence. At 18, she moved with a determination that belied her age. While many young people are still finding their path, Kelvie was already walking several. Confidently, she expressed herself through modeling, showcased her creativity in music, and built skills as a hairstylist. Friends and family saw a young woman who was smart, proactive, and beautiful, someone poised to make her mark on the world. She cultivated connections, online and off, sharing her journey and her energy. Her life was clearly heading somewhere bright. Then there was Kayshawn Shaw, 19 years old, a student athlete. He played basketball, a forward on the team at Inlet Grove Community High School. His recruit profile spoke of a young man looking for a team where he was needed, eager to contribute. He had his own path he aimed to follow. Their relationship lasted about a year, but over time, reports indicate, it grew troubled. A disturbing pattern emerged. Instances of violence, threats directed at Kelvie. It became a place of fear, not safety. Recognizing the danger, Kelvie made the difficult decision to end things. Kayshawn, however, struggled to accept her decision. He pressed her repeatedly, trying to force a reconciliation for a relationship Kelvie knew was harmful. Despite the breakup, he remained physically present in her life in a way that would prove devastating. Kelvie, described as kind, allowed Kayshawn to stay in her home. He had no other place to go, and perhaps, she felt a sense of compassion, but this decision, born possibly of kindness, inadvertently placed her in extraordinary peril. Her home, her sanctuary, was now shared with someone who history showed was capable of threats and violence, someone who refused to let her go. The atmosphere in that house must have been heavy with unresolved conflict, a constant, low hum of tension. He was there, against her wishes for separation, armed with a history of aggressive acts. The question hangs heavy. Why was he still there, free to return to her side after she had already reported his violence? What critical events unfolded in the hours just before her friends saw that unthinkable scene live on their screens? The stage was set for tragedy. It was evening in West Palm Beach. Kelvy was home, settling in, a simple moment, eating dinner. To feel connected, she was on a FaceTime call, sharing time with 3 of her friends who were elsewhere. They were chatting, laughing, the easy conversation that fills the space between friends, a quiet, normal Tuesday night. That normalcy shattered without warning. Keyshawn Shaw entered the house. His presence immediately shifted the air, bringing the unresolved tension from the prior days to a breaking point. What happened next unfolded rapidly, brutally, without hesitation. Keyshawn turned violent. Using a firearm, he attacked Kelvy, shooting her multiple times. The sounds, the terror, it was all happening while the FaceTime call was still active, miles away. Her friends watched in horror. Their screens, moments before filled with a friend's familiar face, now showed a scene of pure, unfolding terror. They were connected, they were seeing it, but they were utterly powerless to intervene, trapped in a video frame as the unthinkable occurred. How could a bright, ambitious young woman find her final moments turn into a live nightmare witnessed by friends on a video call? They were living that nightmare, second by agonizing second. After the attack on Kelvy, Keyshawn then turned the weapon on himself, ending the immediate violence in a final, desperate act. The shock on the call gave way to frantic action. One of Kelvy's friends reacted quickly, immediately identifying Keyshawn to authorities. Soon after, Kelvy's mother made the devastating 911 call, her voice raw with pain, confirming the horror. Her boyfriend came in and shot her. My baby dead.
Yeah, her boyfriend came in and shot her, my baby dead.
It's a frantic call for help from a mother. This is what the scene looked like Wednesday night.
And we heard the gunshots in the house. So the son ran. Okay. And when I ran in the house, I couldn't get in. The mother let me in, and by that time, she's on the floor.
West Palm Beach police say 19-year-old Keyshawn Shaw shot and killed his estranged girlfriend late last night. He died this afternoon at the hospital from a gunshot wound to the head. According to police, Shaw lived with 18-year-old Kelvy McCrae and was upset over the breakup.
The victim was sitting eating dinner and FaceTiming with 3 friends when Shaw came in and shot her. One of the 3 that were on FaceTime was actually a witness for us that provided that quick identification.
Police say before the shooting, officers were looking for Shaw. They say he threatened McCrae at gunpoint Tuesday.
We knew what kind of car he was in. We knew who we were looking for. But he just eluded us and tragically returned.
Well, Jackal says that his officers actually pursued Shaw for 5 miles, but eventually broke off the chase. On Thursday, Shaw died from his injuries. In Palm Beach County, Todd Wilson, WPTV, News Channel 5.
West Palm Beach police officers rushed to the scene. Inside the home, they found Kelvy with severe gunshot wounds. Keyshawn was found in the living room, also with a gunshot wound. Both were transported to the hospital in critical condition. Tragically, Kelvy's life ended that same night. Keyshawn passed away from his injuries the following day. Based on the evidence gathered, investigators classified the incident clearly, a murder-suicide. But the story doesn't end with the police report. As the investigation continued, a horrifying fact emerged. Something critical, something directly related to the violence, had happened just 24 hours earlier, a moment when intervention could have changed everything, and what was uncovered makes the events of March 6 even more devastating. The full depth of the tragedy, and the agonizing questions it raises, came into sharper focus as investigators gathered all the facts, because the events of March 6 were not an isolated incident, they were the terrible culmination of something that happened just the day before. Details from a police document revealed that on March 5, Kelvy had contacted authorities. She reported that Keyshawn had attacked her. He had strangled her. He had held a gun to her head. Think about that detail for a moment. A gun held to her head. He had also forcibly kept her from leaving. When she finally tried to escape in her car, he reportedly threw himself onto the windshield, shattering it. As a result of this violent incident, Keyshawn was arrested. He faced serious charges, including false imprisonment, aggravated assault, and battery, but despite the gravity of these allegations, despite a formal arrest, Keyshawn Shaw was not detained. He was released, allowed to walk free, just 24 hours before he returned to Kelvy's home and ended her life. Further investigation revealed another layer to this. At the very moment of the murder, Keyshawn was wanted on outstanding warrants. These were related to previous charges of aggravated assault with a firearm and domestic battery by strangulation. This wasn't just a single incident of escalation. It was a pattern, marked by prior failures to keep him from potentially harming others. These facts raise immediate, urgent questions. Why wasn't he held after the March 5th attack, especially given the report of a gun involved in strangulation? Why were outstanding warrants for similar violent offenses not enough to keep him detained? Kelvy's story tragically highlights potential gaps in the systems meant to protect individuals reporting such severe violence. It forces us to consider the points where intervention is possible, and what happens when those opportunities are missed.
The family of a teenager who was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend as she was FaceTiming her friends is now opening an investigation against the West Palm Beach police. Loved ones of 18-year-old Kelvy McCrae said more should have been done to protect her from her ex-boyfriend. Our Suji Nam joining us live from West Palm Beach, where the teen's family attorneys are demanding answers. Suji?
Felicia, attorneys are public records requesting all the files and documents from West Palm Beach police that they believe that the police have not done enough to save Kelvy McCrae. And they also tell me that a possible lawsuit may come in the near future.
She called the wrong number. Maybe if she'd have called the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department, maybe Rivera, she'll still be here. West Palm Beach didn't help her.
Marla McKenney lost her 18-year-old daughter, Kelvy McCrae, to gun violence last month.
I was there. I was in the home when it happened. It plays over and over again.
Kelvy's ex-boyfriend shot and killed her in her home in West Palm Beach. And just a day before, the teen had called 911 saying she was being held hostage by her ex, shown in this video provided by her family.
Tried to gain entry to her vehicle when she's trying to get away from someone who has just threatened her life, jumps on top of her vehicle, cracks her windshield.
Family attorneys tell us Kelvy was able to escape to Gaines Park, but soon realized her ex was canvassing the area. She quickly pointed him out to West Palm Beach police, who tried to apprehend him before he got away.
At no point in time did any of the officers offer Miss McCrae a safe place to go.
And it was that very next day when Kelvy's ex came into her home and killed her at night before killing himself. Now her family is seeking justice, saying police should have done more to protect her and that all agencies should have more policies for victims of domestic violence.
She was smart. She was confident in what she wanted to be in life. It's really hard.
We are intending on bringing a claim that's set forth statutorily. And then if that claim isn't resolved at the end of the 6-month time period, then we intend on filing a lawsuit.
And I reached out to West Palm Beach police for a comment, but they're declining to make a statement at this time. Coming up at 6, I talked to a former special agent with the FBI as he breaks down the common procedures that police take during domestic violence situations. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, I'm Suji Nam for WPBF 25 News.
Kelvy's death resonated deeply, far beyond her immediate circle. Her community, her many followers online, mourned the loss of a young woman with such potential. A vigil was held to honor her memory, a gathering of people she had touched. Her uncle spoke of her enduring spirit, her flair for life, that continued to inspire. The tragedy also sparked action. A rally was organized, bringing people together to stand against gun violence and raise awareness specifically about intimate partner. Because as heartbreaking as Kelvy's story is, it is not unique. It is a reflection of a pervasive problem. Statistics show the alarming scale of domestic violence. In the United States, 1 in 4 women will experience it. Palm Beach County, where Kelvy lived, saw nearly 5,000 reported incidents in the year before her death. Given these numbers, how many other Kelvis are living with threats and violence right now, unseen? Resources exist to help victims: hotlines, shelters, legal support, but getting help can be incredibly difficult and dangerous for those experiencing abuse. Kelvy's story also underscores the crucial, though complex, role of people around the situation. Her friends on that FaceTime call, remote as they were, became witnesses. Their quick action in identifying Keyshawn was vital. Learning to recognize the signs of domestic violence and knowing how to safely offer support or get help involved is a critical lesson for everyone. Understanding these dynamics is essential. If Kelvy's story has impacted you and you believe raising awareness is key to preventing future tragedies, kindly give this video a like. And if you have thoughts or reflections on the issues of domestic violence or the questions raised about intervention, share them respectfully in the comments below. Your perspective can contribute to this important conversation.
Cocky bitch, y'all knowing that I'm pressure. I was told on sight, it ain't nobody blow a feather. Keep calling up my phone, he keep on calling. If I let him free my nephew, just be quiet, cause these niggas out here telling. I can't play pretend with all these bitches, they not meaning me. Niggas trying to be the guys, you ain't no kidding me. Fake chain on in a rental, who you supposed to be? Bitch, I'm the baby, you get touched if you come close to me. I'm not trying to rap about my team, but it's pressure. Give a dog a bone, he keep on chewing if you let him. I don't need a driver, I'ma fly just like a Tesla. This can't be fucked with, and I'll never try to test her.
Kelvy McRae's vibrant life was cut short by a horrific act of violence, an act that occurred despite warning signs and prior reports. Her memory compels us to look closer, to understand the complexities, and to ask what more can be done. Kelvy McRae's story is a painful reminder, a sorrowful look at the fatal consequences that domestic violence can unleash. It underscores the absolutely critical need for greater awareness of the warning signs, for accessible support systems, and for timely intervention when those signs appear. But as we reflect on the tragedy, let us not forget Kelvy herself. Remember the 18-year-old with immense potential, the drive, the creativity, the simple joy of connecting with friends. Remember her flair for life. Her story is etched into our minds not just for its tragic end, but for the vibrant person she was. Let the memory of Kelvy be a call to action for all of us, a call to strengthen the networks of support for those experiencing abuse, a call to educate ourselves and others about the indicators of domestic violence, a call to work towards a society where such violence is not tolerated, where potential isn't extinguished by someone else's control and anger. If Kelvy's story has moved you, and you believe that bringing these issues to light is important, please let us know by giving this video a like. Sharing this video can help reach others who might recognize a sign, or who might need to know that resources are available. Kindly, share her story. We want to hear your thoughts and reflections on this case, respectfully shared in the comments below. Your perspective is valuable. And if you want to continue learning from stories like Kelvy's, to understand how tragedies happen and what lessons they offer us, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Join us as we continue to uncover difficult truths and share vital lessons. Kelvy McRae's life was cut short, but her story and the urgent lessons within it must live on. Our hearts go out to Lucretia's family and friends during this incredibly difficult time. We are deeply saddened by the loss of such a promising young woman and hope you find strength and comfort in the memories you shared with her. Her light will not be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.